hours, huh?
I'm gonna run straight through my kid. Right to the front window.
Kick him right through the window.
Oh yeah.
This ends now! Oh yeah. Hadouken!
Oh shit, I thought they did.
Hadouken!
Okay, cool, yeah. I'm gonna have her with your questions. Let's go.
Hey, were you that girl that says, do you want to take off my clothes? It really was you. It was you, that's where I know you from.
The Austin Gibbs
From
song?
that Austin Gibbs song.
What?
That's her?
You know how many times I had to say that over and over
Want
and
to
over
take
again?
off my clothes?
I want to take off my clothes, and he was like, say it slower and more sexy, and then they wouldn't say anything.
Oh,
I
no.
wonder, so I'm like, what?
Oh no.
So uncomfortable.
Oh my
Okay,
god.
which questions?
It's so funny.
Top one.
What?
I grew up in, growing up was, kind of describe your childhood. Just like that. And they'll kind of fill in the blanks.
So you want me to say I grew up in?
Yeah, just kind of ask them the question. Where'd you guys grow up?
Oh, okay.
And kind of how would...
And how's, so
How
don't
was it
say
growing
I
up?
grew up in.
Yeah.
Okay.
Turn it into a
I
question.
grew up in blank. Okay.
Yeah, you can say that, and they
Mars.
can answer it like that too. Intelligent men.
Okay.
Smart.
I don't know if
Yeah,
I have
go
any
ahead.
intelligence left.
So where did you grow up in?
Well, collectively.
Well, I grew up for a little while with my mother.
Farm.
Farm in Phoenix, a Phoenix farm.
Where'd you grow up?
I grew up in Tempe, Arizona, my entire life.
I grew up in West Phoenix, and then I moved to East Chandler when I was 5 years old.
Sick.
Lived there my whole life.
I grew up in Chandler, Arizona.
I pretty much grew up in Gilbert, Arizona. You could just say it. Grew up in Scottsdale and also Wisconsin.
So you're all Arizona bound.
Yeah.
We are.
Yes.
So how was your childhood growing up?
It was fun.
I remember
Childhood growing up was,
curious.
yeah,
It was.
Exploration.
it was an adventure.
It was. I don't know. I think we all had cool parents.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
We all got sane
Helpful.
parents. Very lucky to have sane parents because we met a lot of people that aren't sane, and I'm glad that none of them are my mother or father.
Yeah. No, seriously, that's the rules.
Yeah.
It's hard to come by. So we lucked out.
Yeah, they're down to earth.
So growing up was fun for all of us.
Growing up, when were you introduced to the music scene?
Middle school. Yeah, when I was 12, I started playing local shows, and yeah, I was doing that for a while.
I don't know, when did you
Oh,
start
God.
doing Bad Motivation?
8th grade.
7th or 8th grade.
8th grade.
Yeah, like 7th or 8th
I mean,
grade.
I think all of us were introduced to it around like that time, whether we were like really involved in actually like performing in a band, you know, but we were like involved in it in some way, had friends that
We
were
at least wanted to be.
banners.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Run middle school.
What were some of your influences?
Musically or?
Yes, musically, I'm sorry.
Sorry, I just wasn't sure.
I love Newfound Glory.
Yeah. I loved Newfound Glory.
I think
Dude.
that was
Saves the
They're
Day.
Not Blind.
Saves the Day and Newfound Glory were my two favorite bands of all time when I was in 8th grade.
It was kind of like that era of drive-through records.
Yeah,
That's when
yeah,
I
it's definitely the drive-thru
really
records.
what we all kind of
first started listening to
part of.
music like that.
Definitely.
So did you catch the Newfound Glory and Saves the Day tour when they came through?
I caught.
No.
I saw Saves the Day and K-Max Sunday.
Hey, we played the Saves the Day.
It was Hoodwink.
Yeah, they
we
didn't
did.
play their set, so whatever.
Let's play their own
They were
set.
there.
Yeah.
I don't care.
I don't care.
But Steel Train.
See if I care.
Steel Train played their set. Didn't they?
Yeah, so we technically
So-
played with them.
Technically,
in
a Saves
your
the Day set
face.
was played. But I remember I saw Newfound Glory like 3 or 4 times when I was in middle school.
do lots of other types of
I like the spontaneity of it all. I like doing things that people don't expect.
I kind of like the fact that it could all fall apart at any second.
Yeah.
And we could, I mean, one thing could break or anything, and we could just completely have to stop in the middle.
I mean, it's happened. We've had one thing break, and then we've had everything.
I mean, I guess it just kind of keeps you aware.
I feel like we've been playing together long enough to where we can almost just look at each other, figure out what to do.
But the thing is, too, is that even if everything falls to pieces, it's like, as long as none of the amps blow up and you die, you're going to play another set. So we try not to stress too hard about things like that this time around. As we grow up.
We used to take it kind of to heart a little bit, and now we just kind of laugh it off.
But at the same time as that, I think we take how we sound and
Very serious.
of course.
More serious than we ever have. At the same time.
What do you love the most about the crowd and how do you keep them involved?
I mean, the best thing about the crowd is the interaction we have.
Yeah. Just energy of the crowd is just really a cool thing. It transfers very quickly into us, I feel like.
I feel like when you see people get emotional, like not necessarily just tears, but just like really just blocking out everybody else for 3 minutes of their lives and completely paying attention to you and your song. I think that's very empowering. It's very cool.
It's very clear when you see that happening. It's really crazy. I don't know. I remember being like that, like at the shows, like when I was younger.
Oh, absolutely.
But at the same time, it can be very tough to pull that out of somebody.
Yeah.
And in a lot of situations, if they're not willing to do so at the beginning of the set, they're not willing to do so at the end. So it's a tough game you have to play.
I mean, I think we've learned a little bit. We just kind of need to play our songs, and if people are gonna like them, they're gonna like them. If not, you can't force somebody to jump around.
Cool, hang on real quick. Stop and start. Okay, go ahead.
How have you evolved as artists since you first stepped into the music scene?
I
feel like everything. Everything has changed in some way or another. Like the music that we listen to as a band, the way that we write, the way that we tour, the way that we do everything.
Everything play, the way that
changed. But it's been such a slow. I feel like it's been such a slow, gradual movement,
almost unknown.
It just feels so comfortable.
It's been very natural.
Yeah. And
I feel like I'm beginning to learn that honesty is the number one thing when it comes to music, and I'm not saying that the start of our band wasn't honest, but it was just kind of tiptoeing around what I really wanted to say. And I feel like I'm learning that it's okay to actually speak what's on my mind and what's in my head, at least this record, and even with the new stuff that I'm writing, I feel like it's kind of up to me instead of up to what I think people want. Yeah.
Maybe this isn't on the list, but maybe briefly describe what your first show was compared to the last one that you guys have played.
Wow. Our first show as a band. These two guys weren't in the band, but
it was January 21st
or 19th.
No, it was 21st or 27th.
And then
07. 27th? I think
it was a big mess. We kind of went up there. It was the first time John had ever sang at a show. And
I mean, people can tell you dude, it's gonna be fun, you're gonna be great, and then you walk up there. It's different when you get on the stage.
Yeah,
it's not the same. So after the set, it was a little disheartening, but at the same time, I wanted to go back on it again and again. And I feel like over the past 3 years, it's just
Well, I think we all pushed each other a lot.
Yeah.
Like on stage.
Yeah, I mean, and I
To put on a show.
I feel like now, I mean, the last time what we walked off stage in the last show, you know, it just
Now it's
you
just
can walk off without having any like doubts, like
the cool thing is that I feel like we brought people around us that are not afraid to tell us what they think.
Yeah.
And that's huge because you can get to a point where it's very uncomfortable to talk about certain things inside of the band. But for an outsider, it's so easy to just jump in and intervene and say, yo, you guys need to fix this, or, you know, you need to talk about this, or whatever. So
keep doing more of this.
yeah, we're fortunate to have those people.
On your downtime, what do you like to do?
Like on the road?
Or home to it? Both.
We generally, we actually hang out a lot in our downtime too. Like,
We're at home. Everyone
When we're at
goes
home,
to our tour manager Max's house.
I mean, on the road, it's you know, I guess we have more downtime than we even realize. It's like we like show up at a venue and do our sound check, and that's kind
Yeah,
of like
I've learned though that it's like I really don't want to be that guy that like on tour is.
Oh, hang on. Damn cards.
It's all good.
It's all good, dude.
I don't want to be that guy on tour.
Thank you.
That's a convenient little carry.
It's not bad. Maybe it's that size.
I know, right?
I don't want to be that guy on tour.
We're going.
Yeah.
I don't want to be that guy on tour that is like on his computer making beats, and then he's like over by himself playing the acoustic guitar, and then he's writing poetry in the corner. Like I feel like
he's reading Atlas Shrugged. In the,
yeah, I feel like
closet.
for me at least, I've figured out that there needs to be a balance. I need to be surrounded by people, and we need to be doing things that aren't necessarily associated with music, because I feel like that's how somebody gets burnt out very easily, and that's how it becomes not fun. So we do a lot of sports and
activities.
yeah, hoops.
Like today we were doing the punching balloon.
Yeah.
Bop it.
Yeah, sport.
I don't know. We forgot to bring the Xbox this time, so we've been kind of like finding other things to do.
About a wiffle ball and
Play some over the line. That's fun.
wiffle queen. Holy.
Yeah, he is the wiffle queen. All right. That's nice.
There's a bunch of people like that.
It's a big meeting.
If you were to describe yourselves, maybe if you each want to go through descriptive word, how would you describe yourself, your work ethic?
Sorry, what did I say?
my work ethic. I don't know. I would like to think that I would do whatever it takes to get something done, and I guess that's kind of like the mentality I've always had. It's just like, you know, you have to take things into your own hands at all times, and you can't really rely on anyone. You can't blame anybody but yourself if something doesn't happen. So I guess I try to live by that as much as possible.
I feel like my work ethic is